May is officially Older Americans Month. Let's celebrate, shall we? Seniors have plenty to celebrate. Here to talk about why is President and CEO of Serving Seniors, Paul Downey. Paul, nice to have you here with us.
Good morning, Carlos.
All right, so we're celebrating Older Americans Month, but this is a really serious issue because the numbers are growing. Baby boomers like you and me, we're starting to get into our older years now.
Right, well, exactly. I mean, we're going to double the number of people like you and me between today and 2030. I mean, the census projects about 92 million Americans will be hitting 65 by 2030, and about 1,000 seniors a day, or people turn 65 in California each and every day. So there's going to be a whole lot of us.
How different is it now? I mean, taking care of our parents is one thing, but taking care of us is a completely different thing. I mean, it seems to me that taking care of my folks has become a situation where now we're understanding aging a lot more. So are we going to be better patients than our parents?
In some respects, we will. I mean, the baby boom generation has done a better job of staying healthy, more exercise, eating healthier, and the good news is we're all living longer.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. The challenge is that for people of our parents' generation tended to have more children. Baby boomers have had fewer children, which means there are fewer family caregivers available. And if they aren't there, the question is, what do we do as a society to provide that safety net to keep them healthy and secure?
So in this Older Americans Month, what's the message that you're trying to get out?
Well, what we're trying to do is kind of beat over the head of some of these elected officials that this is a serious issue, and we have an opportunity now to build an infrastructure so that we can take care of what we know is coming. And a lot of times in our politics and whatnot, we're dealing with stuff that's being thrown at us, and we just have to deal with it as it comes. Here we know, the arithmetic tells us it's coming. And so we have an opportunity to build that infrastructure and make sure that the services are there in order to keep people healthy, which is, of course, the best thing from a human perspective, but it also is the most cost-effective thing, is to keep people in their homes and not in a nursing facility.
But, Paul, I have Social Security. I'm going to be just fine. That's what everybody's... I mean, a lot of people think that, right? That's really not...
You know, and if you can afford to live just above the poverty level,
right.
I mean, even if you have a decent salary, when you look at what you would actually get, it is just about what is known as the elder index here in California, which computes what does a person need as they age in order to meet their basic needs. And the maximum Social Security is just about right at that elder index, which means if that's all you have, you're going to be in trouble.
That's going to be tough, yeah.
You're going to be in trouble.
But the other challenge that we have here in San Diego is that a lot of folks come here to live out their older years, right, their retirement years, because this is a great place. It's warmer than Minneapolis.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, San Diego is a great place, to be a senior. Fortunately, there are resources to be able to help take care of people. But the numbers for San Diego, by 2030, we're going to have almost 1 million people over the age of 65 by 2030. So it's a real problem. And the good news is we can do something if we work together starting today.
All right. So as boomers, we should be talking to our political representatives and saying, "What are you doing for me? What have you done for me lately?
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
And what are you going to do over the next 14, 15 years? I mean, elected officials sometimes tend to have a very myopic view of what is the next news cycle, and thinking about an issue that is 10 to 15 years out is not something that's generally on the horizon.
Yeah, no, the immediate issues are much more pressing, but planning has never been a government strong suit, right?
No, but here, this is something we know. So we can plan, and there's some simple things that we can do to make sure that Social Security continues, that we have Medicare continues, and I mean the arithmetic tells us why those programs are in trouble, because if you have a quarter of the population that's 65, in 2030 a quarter of the population will still be 18 and under. So you've got 50% of the people attempting to take care of 50% of the population, and the arithmetic just doesn't work.
Yeah. Tell me about your organization and what you do.
Well, Serving Seniors, we're based here in San Diego. We have 10 sites throughout the county. Primarily we do meals. We do about 2,400 meals a day. I have social workers, nurses, housing, homeless services, primarily for seniors in poverty. So we're that safety net that keeps those people independent, safe, and hopefully healthy.
Well, okay, celebrate, what is it called?
Older Americans.
Older Americans.
Older Americans. Well, it's better than the alternative.
Yeah, it certainly is. Thanks so much for being with us, and come back and visit us again.
Appreciate it. Good to see you. Thanks, Carlos.
We'll be right back with more Good Morning San Diego.